If you want to be happy, it's imperative that you learn to be generous. That is absolutely an aspect of happiness. This section is called Be Generous. Generous acts strengthen the bonds of friendship. And what's more, studies show that your happiness is often boosted more by providing support to other people than from receiving support yourself. And I know we think like, oh, I want to buy things. I want to receive things. I want to have nice things. But think about how good you feel when you're giving things to other people, both tangible and intangible, like giving your support, giving your time, giving your help to community service, an event that you support, an organization that you're a part of, but also giving gifts. How good do you feel when you give somebody a gift and they really enjoy it? Right? I certainly get more satisfaction out of thinking about good deeds I've done for other people than I do thinking about good deeds that have been done for me. It's a secret of adulthood. Do good, feel good. For example, I felt great whenever I remembered how I'd helped a high school student. The organization, Student Sponsor Partners, had paired us with a sponsor and a student back when she was in 9th grade, and as a senior, she'd had trouble with her college applications. She'd been paralyzed by anxiety, and at first I had no idea how I could help. But I asked around and managed to find a recommendation for a place to go. And one day we walked into a new settlement apartments college center. We each breathed a sigh of relief when we saw the college posters, the bookshelves crammed with categories and test prep guides, and the sign asking, "Need help writing your personal essay?" We'd found the right place. She got her applications in on time. To do a better job of being generous, I had to reflect on the nature of generosity. Giving presents is one way to be generous, but taking a box of chocolates to a dinner party wasn't the answer for me. I don't begrudge spending money on friends, but I dislike shopping. I didn't want to create more errands for myself. So, okay, I don't like to shop or do errands, but what could I do within the confines of my own nature to be generous? I needed to cultivate a spirit of generosity, a generosity of spirit. So I looked for other strategies. I hit a few. Help people think big, help bring people together, contribute in my way, and cut people slack. And she goes and breaks down each one of these because I think it's also important that we stop thinking about generosity as only buying things, because it can be our time, but it can also be lending our ideas, lending our compassion to other people, and just lending a bit of yourself to other people to help them to problem solve. It could be in the form of giving people grace, because sometimes we don't want to be forgiving. We want to have like bitterness, and we want to hold on to resentment, and we want to continue to punish people for their same mistakes. But giving grace is also an act of generosity, because now you're letting go of that thing and you're giving that person an opportunity to redeem themselves, at least to you, right? But I think that she does a really good job breaking this down in this particular section. But the book overall is really good. It's a 12-month process of this happiness project that she built for herself. Each month, she's focusing on one aspect. And in the month of June, she was focusing on making time for friends. And in making time for friends, she breaks down these different aspects of making new friends, being generous, how to be generous, and all these other things. Really good book if you're interested. It's called The Happiness Project by Gretchen Rubin.